Welcome in to today's Reiki by request. For the next 2 hours, just sit back and relax, enjoying the calming and cooling effects of Reiki energy healing. We'll be getting started with the live stream in just a couple minutes. So come on in and relax. We'll be beginning in just about 2 more minutes. Let me know in the chat how you're doing. Hello Ryan, welcome in. Good to see you. Come. Let me know how everything sounds on your end. I'm just getting ready for the live stream over here. We'll be starting in just a couple minutes. Good. Come on in and get comfortable. Getting started in just a minute. Feel free to say hello in the chat. So good to see you. Welcome in. I think everything is looking good. Let's go ahead and get started with the session for today. My name is Jem. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and this is Reiki by request. To receive Reiki energy healing, just opening to receive. Opening can be challenging for so many of us. So we move together toward relaxation, tenderness, and calmness. If you'd like to make a personal request during the session, you can always gift the pinned gift for today, which is Hey Rosie. But that's not necessary. Anyone can receive Reiki. And Reiki flows where it's needed, how it's needed, always for your highest good. Thank you, Snow Leopard, for the rosa. Let's begin as we come into the space now. Allowing yourself to arrive right here, right now. Thanks, Savannah. Perfect. Noticing your surroundings, the landscape around you, the colors, the feel of the air on your skin. noticing the sounds and the scents as you invite yourself to be present now, right in this moment. Right now. No matter where you are in your day, it's all right for you to relax now. Easing into a space of peace. Mel and Andra, welcome. Thank you for the gifts. Allowing that peaceful feeling to circulate. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Okay, I still had my audio settings from ASMR last week. Does that sound a little better with the voice, not as loud? Let me know in the chat if the voice sounds better now. I had it turned all the way up. Allowing yourself to relax. Hey Green, good to see you. Relax. Thanks, Jeff. Hello. Relax. Welcome, Carly. I'm glad you're here. We're just getting started. As we take our time arriving in this moment, I'd like you now to allow whatever it is that you're going through in this moment. Just allow it. Whatever it is, it's all right. As we begin our session today, that's so sweet. Hello, Steph. Welcome. That's so sweet, Jen. As we begin the session today, I'd like you to join me in bringing some attention to our breath. For the next several minutes, let's just breathe. Just breathing, that's it. Bringing awareness now to the natural cadence of your breath. Nothing to change. Just observing the movement of breath as it ebbs and flows. And now we bring a little more consciousness to our breath as we deepen, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Good. Let's breathe just like that several times. Moving at a rhythm that fits you perfectly as we continue to deepen the breath. Thank you for gifting the pin gift green. Let me know in the chat if you have a request for today. Let me write you down. I just like to finish up this breathing exercise and then we'll get to your request. Something intuitive, okay. You got it. Thank you so much. As we continue with that rhythmic, steady breathing, I'd like you to think about holding the inhalation just for a few seconds. As you breathe in, holding the breath, and then releasing. Letting that pranic energy sit. Letting it swirl within before we release. Breath is the vehicle of healing. It really is. Imagine that as the breath moves in, it moves exactly where it's needed in the body. Wherever there's pain or tension, wherever you're holding on or doubting, watching as that pranic breath moves inward, watching as it journeys exactly where it's needed. I'd like you to focus on that space within where the breath is pooling. As we breathe right into it. Just making space. Thank you for following. Carly, thank you for the gifts. Allowing the breath to make space. And watching as that space incrementally grows. Don't be afraid of creating that space. It's all right. That's it. Good. Always calling on the breath like a zephyr to rescue you when you become stuck or lost. Breathing deeply. Breathing fully. Letting the body breathe. That's a mantra that I find myself saying when I hold my breath from stress. I'll say, it's okay for you to let the body breathe. What a difference it makes. All right, let's jump into our session for today. We already have a request. You can make a personal request during the session anytime. We'll be on until 4 p.m. Eastern Time today. The gift today is, hey Rosie. We have a request already from Green, who was looking for an intuitive healing. Let me go ahead and sit with that for just a couple moments and see what comes to mind, and then we'll get started. All right, I had a crystal energy come to mind. Give me just a moment here to get that intuitive healing situated. Hello, Busy. Welcome in. So good to see you. Hello, Roxy. All right. Just a reminder that Reiki always flows where it's needed and how it's needed, no matter what the request is. Raylan, thank you for the gift. Let me know in the chat, Raylan, if you have a request for an energy healing for today. Hello, Ash. Of course, you don't need to make a request, but if you'd like to, please do. All right. Just a reminder that Reiki always travels where it's needed and how it's needed in you, if you're open and willing to receive it. So no matter what the request is, Reiki is pure and it flows for you. All right. Raylan, I can do something intuitive as well. Something already came to mind for me, for you, so we'll get to that next. Green, the energy I'd like to work with for you is aquamarine. Aquamarine is a calming and soothing energy if you're feeling overwhelmed. Allowing yourself to drift. Drifting on a calm sea. Allowing yourself to feel at ease, even in the midst of tumultuous waves. Even if you feel swept up in a storm. This energy encourages you to find the peace in the chaos. Even as you roll through the storm and the waves. Iola, thank you so much for the pinned gift. Let me know in the chat if you have a request today. Even as you roll through the choppy waves of a storm, this energy reminds you that off in the distance, not very far away, is a tranquil horizon waiting for you to settle in and rest. Thank you, Andra, for the gift. Appreciate it. space of tranquility is always within, always there to buoy you, buoy when you're in need. Allowing yourself to drift now as you rove through the tumultuous waves, coming out the other side, letting those waves rage on as you move ahead toward the space of calmness on the horizon, watching yourself move ahead. You got it, Iola, you got it. Or Lola, I'm not sure which. Perfect. Settling in now into that clear and pure, undisturbed space. Allowing your mind and your heart to recharge as the cool and serene aqua waters buoy you. Aquamarine is also a crystal of judgment. Not like that, more like when you feel like you are being very judgmental, certainly of others, but especially of yourself. You might find yourself thinking things like, that was not good enough, being hypercritical, even of your own thoughts, in your own mind. This energy marks a safe passage through those tumultuous waters that threaten to drown you sometimes, to a calm and serene space, tender and still, cooling and tranquil. Allowing yourself to drift there now. Allowing yourself to be held on those calming and serene waters, letting go of the judgment, letting go of the storm. Letting that aquamarine settle. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Thank you for tapping your screen as well. Let's try to get to 10K likes. Thank you so much for your support. screen. Thank you for your request. Let me know in the chat how that aquamarine arrived for you. If you noticed any sensations, any thoughts, any movement. I'm doing well, Andra. Thank you. Anna, I'm doing well. Andra, thank you for the gift. Coming up next, we have a request from Raylan, and then a request from Iola. Let me just go back. Iola or Lola, I'm not sure which one it is. You might correct me in the chat if I'm saying your name wrong. Looking for clarity, it is Lola. Okay, thank you. Looking for clarity in the third eye. Coming up next, we have a request from Raylan. Perfect, Anna. I'm so glad to hear that. If you'd like to make a personal request during the session, you can always gift the pinned gift, which today is Hi Rosie. She's very cute. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ash. Ash, if you'd like to make a request, let me know in the chat. We've got a couple people before you. 2 people. All right. Let me sit for a moment with Raylan's request for an intuitive healing, and then we'll get started. All right. I did have one come to mind exactly when Raylan made the request. It was for an essential oil, and then another crystal came to mind, so give me just a moment to get that ready. Intuitive Ash, you got it. Let me write that down. All right. For Raylan, 2 energies came to mind. The first is an essential oil. This is clary sage. I'm going to put it in a roller and use that to do some clearing and cleansing of some sticky and unwanted energy. And then also amber came to mind for me, for you in this moment. Especially the idea of beauty. And I'll explore that with you in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get the essential oil ready. Give me just a moment. We'll explore that in just a moment. Okay. I already have some clary sage on my fingers. The essential oil smells just like a fresh bundle of sage from the garden. If you've ever grown it and you rub your fingers on the leaves and then smell them, it smells so earthy, a little bit spicy. I'm using some clary sage in this ball roller just to impart the essence of clary sage, bringing that vibration of clearing and cleansing to the auric space. Busy, thank you for using the super fan emotes in the chat. I appreciate it. Running this sage through the auric field. As you inhale, Imagine that you welcome that herbaceousness, breathing it in and allowing the senses to dance with that glorious scent of sage. Lola, thank you for using the emotes. I love to see those in the chat. This energy is one of clearing. As we begin to open and release. Roxy, thank you for the hi, Rosie. If you'd like to make a request anytime during the live stream, just let me know in the chat if you have a request, no pressure. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Allowing space to open through the auric landscape as we move energy through, especially energy that's stuck or stagnant or sticky. Sticky energy was actually the sense that I got. Sticky energy is that kind of energy that just doesn't want to move. Inviting that sticky energy to begin to detach slowly. It's all right for energy to move and change. Guiding that energy carefully. You're safe, and it's all right for you to release energy that's ready to move, energy that no longer serves you. Letting it go. I just felt a movement myself. Taking your time with it. Sticky energy can be hard to release. There's no rush. This energy feels as if it's been there for a long time. Gumming things up. That's all right. It's just energy, releasing what no longer serves you. Letting it go. And making room for fresh, clean and clear energy. That's it. Sage is a big hitter when it comes to clearing. Removing negative energy, clearing, making space, welcoming something new. Good. Perfect. I wanted to follow up with that sage clearing with a little work with some amber crystal. Let me just get some of that oil off my fingertips. It smells so good. I love that. Amber came to mind, and amber, like all crystals, embody different energies that work together. The one that came to mind for you is beauty. Let me explain what that means. Amber is one of the crystals that can journey through each of the chakra energy centers. It brings with it a purifying effect, just like the sage. Amber is like encapsulated beauty, captured sunlight, remembered, joy. Amber reminds us that within all of the sun that we've collected, all of the light and the joy, it's still there, captured like shards, just waiting to be remembered and used to uplift our spirit. Yes, I do, Michelle. Thanks for asking. Yes, I do. I do have an ASMR channel as well called Evening Springtime ASMR. This energy invites you to remember your own inner beauty, just like a shard of captured sunlight, glowing from within. You wouldn't think that to look at this crystal, would you? You might think that it looks a little bit ugly or haggard or worn. This crystal is very surprising though. First of all, it's extremely light. It's so big, this specimen, but it is light as air. And if you hold it up to the light, on the inside is a golden hue that sparkles and shines brilliantly, coloring everything around it with its beauty, unapologetically shining, radiating its gorgeousness, its inner light. Unique and special. A culmination of all the good things within. Don't forget about those things. The shards of sunlight within. The deep and unchanging beauty of you. Letting that amber golden light shine. Hey Chelsea, I'm doing great today. I hope you are too. course, can't help but color everything around you in its captured sunlight. Uplifting the spirit and as that rich captured golden sun moves through the energy centers, it also uplifts each chakra, allowing each energy center to spin and elevate in that subtle stream of captured amber light. Thanks, Green. I think imagery is so important. At least it has been for me. Just to tap into that imagination and allow it to hold us as we heal. Seeing something softer, something brighter, something better than what we're going through in the moment. Life can be so hard. Allowing yourself just to bathe in that gorgeousness, that uniqueness, all your own. Letting that amber circulate through, and just observing how it feels and what it brings. Thank you so much for your request, Raylan. Please let me know in the chat, anyone, not just Raylan, how that amber arrived for you. That was amber and some sage essential oil. You're welcome. Thank you to the new followers, welcome. And thank you for tapping your screen. We're at 15K likes so far. Coming up next, we have a request from Lola. Lola is looking for some third eye chakra support and also for some clarity. Give me just a moment to sit with that and we'll get started. Let me go ahead and grab the crystal I'd like to use next. And I'm thinking too about using a hand chime as well. Alright, I've got it. Let's get started. Thank you, Angie. Coming up next is a request for some third eye work, especially with some clarity. I'd like to use some lapis lazuli. And I'd like to follow that up by striking a hand chime several times, and I'll explain how they work together as we go. If you'd like to make a personal request during the live stream, anytime, just gift the pinned gift anytime during the live stream. Also, if you're not much of a gifter, or if you're not able to gift, sometimes at the end of the session I'll have time to do requests that are not gifted. Not always, but sometimes we do have time, so I also want to make that available for you if you aren't able to gift as well. Alright. Lapis lazuli is an energy that word I'm looking for. I want to say it dances with the third eye, but that's not quite what I mean. I know this is a worry stone shape. I like the shape a lot. It fits right into the crook of the thumb. Hello, Annabelle. Welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Lapis lazuli is an energy that communes with the third eye chakra and the throat chakra. Hello, Georgie. So if you can imagine a highway that runs from the throat and journeys up through the mind and nestles in the third eye, and that is lapis lazuli. It's an energy of inner knowing, but not only inner knowing, trusting your inner wisdom. Allowing yourself to believe that what you know and your intuitive sense is believable and trustworthy, and that you can use it as a compass or a guide to support you in your next steps. Fostering deep trust and letting that inner knowing guide you. Lapis lazuli is your inner guide, able to direct you on the right path. I am certified, yes. There are no board certifications for Reiki, but I am a certified master teacher, and I develop my own Reiki trainings as well. Imagining the sensation of trusting in that inner voice. When you hear it, sometimes, at least I do, I'll pause and think, is that real or true? Is that right? Can I trust that over things other people are saying, over the sound of their voices? This energy encourages you to hone in, focusing in on the clear, the crystal clear timbre of your own voice, and bolstering that sound with strength and trust. Letting that inner voice guide you onward. Lapis lazuli, because it is related to the throat and journeys up that highway toward the third eye, marries together the inner wisdom and intuition of the inner voice, encouraging you to trust and strengthening that voice. Thanks, Busy, for the rosy. Let me know in the chat if you have a request today. It also sutures that knowledge with self-expression. So allowing you to articulate for yourself and also for others that intuitive knowing. So things become clear for you and also for others if you want to share that knowledge, that knowing. Allowing your inner knowing to breathe, to change and move, just as all energy does. Sometimes we think that wisdom is stagnant or unchanging. Thank you so much. Angie, thank you. Let me just write down what we have here. Busy and Angie. And Roxy as well. Let me know in the chat if you have requests. Oh, Busy, that's so sweet. Hold on just a moment. Busy would like to donate her gift to someone in the session today who's not able to gift but would like to make a request. We'll do it first come, first serve. So if you'd like to take advantage of Busy's gift, let me know. Roxy Intuitive, thank you. Perfect. Fertility, yeah. I got you there. So we'll do that. La Luz. We'll use Busy's healing for yours. There's a couple people before you, but we got that. So that gift has been claimed by La Luz. Thank you so much. Thanks, Busy. That's really sweet of you. Lapis lazuli is also good for the eyes and eyesight in a physical way, but also in a metaphysical way. So healing the eye space and sight, and also bolstering that inner sight and inner knowing, allowing yourself to see clearly as the clouds dissipate. Allowing those clouds to move out of your vision, swept away. All loose. Angie, intuitive healing. Got it. Let me write that down. Lots of intuitive healings today. I wanted to conclude this healing for Lola by doing a little bit of sound healing as well, using this hand chime. As I strike the chime, I'd like you to allow the sound of the chime to almost resonate with an eye opening. I know that sounds kind of strange now that I've said it, but I'd like you to imagine that eye opening, crystal clear, a clear vision as the clouds dissipate, and allowing the sound of the chime to encourage that energetic movement. Letting that energy settle and observing any sensation that comes, allowing sensation to come and go. Good, Holly. Hello, Holly. Welcome. Perfect, Sarah. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for tapping your screen. We're at 22K likes. Perfect. Thank you for your support. I'd like to try to get to 50K likes today if we can. So keep on tapping your screen. Thank you so much, Lola, for your request. Oh, good. I love that imagery so much. I love imagery. It's important in life. Hello, Tammy. Hello. All right, coming up next, we have a request from Ash, followed by a request from Roxy, followed by Busy's gifted request for La Luz, and then finally a request from Angie. Perfect. Let's get started. If you'd like to make a personal request during the live stream, we have about 1 hour left of the live stream. You can always gift the pinned gift. I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. Appreciate Coming up next is Ash with an intuitive healing. Let me sit with that for a few moments and see what comes to mind. Actually, something just came to mind. Let me sit with it anyway. Yeah, perfect. I'm going to go with some pink opal for you today, Ash. Let me just grab that. Just holding some space for you. Hello, Ari. Welcome in. The energy I'd like to use that came to mind is a crystal energy. This is pink opal, and you can see how it's kind of sandwiched here with this stripe of light pink. Just the color alone lets you know that this is a crystal of the heart. A crystal of the heart space, the heart chakra. A crystal of the emotional energy body. That's okay, Ash. Just allowing sensation to come and go. Noticing sensation as it moves through. Yeah. It's all right for you to release and to feel the sensations. It does look a little bit like sushi. I love that. Spending a few moments with this pink opal energy and observing how it feels whenever we deal with the heart chakra in the emotional body. I always like to take our time. It's such a tender and sensitive space. So let's take our time here as this soft and tender, gently loving energy begins to wind toward the heart. Moving with grace and ease. Allowing this energy like a pink veil to settle as it lays down over the heart. I think that this would be a delicious crystal. It does look quite pretty, almost like candy. A beautiful pink candy full of sweetness. If this crystal were a candy as you ate it, love would wind down to coat the heart. Perfect. This pink opal begins to open space through the heart. As you breathe consciously, think about directing the breath right into the top chambers of the heart. As that light pink veil softens around the top of the heart, melting slowly down into the heart, moving deeper, creating space. Space in the heart can sometimes feel a little bit weird because the heart wants to close when it's hurt or hurting. It wants to just shrink down, inviting this energy to wind its way compassionately as it lays over the top of the heart. And that pink veil, like silk, begins to soften the heart, opening space now. Spaciousness rolling through the heart. Breathing into the heart space and releasing resistance to open. Oh, wow. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Elle, for the galaxy. That was also your first gift. That is so wonderful. Thank you for spending that gift on me. So beautiful. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Pink opal is an energy of nurturing. I think many of us might feel like we could have had a little more of that, especially when we were growing up, but even as adults too. Letting this energy nurture, filling the heart space with a nurturing energy. Just breathe it in. This energy also brings a deep relaxation to the heart. When the heart is tired, when fatigue has settled into the heart, this energy nudges the heart toward rest. Gentle and sweet, allowing the heart the space to rest. Inhaling that gentle, restful energy into the heart and letting it swirl, letting it settle like a silken veil, dripping over the top of the heart, making space. Beautiful. Feeling the love generated in the heart as it's nurtured, as it feels space opening through it, allowing that heart to open just a little more. It's all right. Good. Taking a moment here just to feel that and allow that sensation to move through the heart. Sensation can feel weird when it's in the heart. At least it does for me. Just allowing that for a moment. With gratitude. Thank you so much for that is so cute. It matches my shirt as well. I loved that. Thank you so much, Ash. Perfect. It does, yeah. Yeah. The heart holds so many sensations. Good. Good. Just letting that energy settle. Receiving. And know that it's not hurried for you to receive. Take your time. Thank you for your request. That was really beautiful, Ash. I hope that resonated with you. Perfect. Thank you for tapping your screens. We're at 35K likes. Perfect. Coming up next, we have a request from Roxy, looking for an intuitive healing. If you'd like to make a request during the live stream, you can always gift the pinned gift. And if we have time at the end and you cannot gift the pinned gift, I'll give us some time to get to that if there's time. I'll be ending at 4 p.m. today, Eastern Time. Hello, Kim. All right, give me a moment just to sit with the request from Roxy, and we'll see what comes to. Actually, something just came to mind. That happens sometimes. Give me a moment to get the crystal and we'll get started. Also, let me know in the chat how you're doing, how you're feeling, as we're more than halfway through the Reiki session for today. I'd just like to check in and see how you're feeling, if there's any sensations, any insights that you can share. I would love to know. All right. Thanks, Sarah, for the rose. Thank you for sending me your first gift. I'm honored by that. Thank you very much. Good. All sensation is good. Good, Gretchen. Oddly satisfied. I love that. Roxy, the energy that came to mind for you came pretty quickly. It was tiger's eye. And I do have several specimens of tiger's eye that I have. This is my smallest specimen, and it's also my only raw specimen of tiger's eye. Hello, Ray. Namaste, Ray. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you, my friend. I wanted to use this raw specimen of tiger's eye. It's tiny, but mighty. Oftentimes when I think of tiger's eye, I think about strength, deep strength, foundational strength, and that is one of the primary functions of tiger's eye. However, that's not what I wanted to use this tiger's eye for with you. Tiger's eye is also an energy of broken relationships. I always laugh when I feel like it's not funny. That's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because it's like resonant. Like it's resonating. Tiger's eye is also an energy of broken relationships. You can see the layers that tiger's eye has, yeah. Pieces of sediment, pieces that have calcified and crystallized, coming together into one piece that has different colors, different shaping. It's about layers. Yeah. Tiger's eye is an energy of strength for sure. But I wanted to use it here as an energy of reparation, repairing broken things, having the courage to do so, especially in relationships, and not just romantic ones. I'm talking about relationships with ourselves, relationships with our friends, our communities, relationships in our careers, relationships of the heart, connections and bonds, energies of coming together rather than separating, having the courage to come together rather than separating. You can see how each layer is unique, and it comes together to create an image of strength and solidarity. And in that joining together is where it builds its strength. That's the message that this tiger's eye is sending. Allowing yourself to receive. This energy is one of surmounting conflict. When there is, I don't know, the word hostility came to mind, but that's not quite what I mean. When there's conflict or turmoil within or without, this energy is like a rescue, bringing courage and strength through unity. Moving now into that sensation of strength. Santa, thank you for the heart. Oftentimes, when we think of strength, we think of pushing. Sarah, thank you for becoming a super fan. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Welcome to our super fandom. Often when we think of strength, we think of pushing. Pushing through pain, pushing through resistance, pushing through the chaos, pushing through. But this kind of strength is different. This is the kind of strength that comes when you stop pushing. Instead of pushing forth a face made of steel, impermeable, instead, this strength comes from removing the mask and the armor, stopping the pushing, and just sitting, just as you are, right in the middle of things. Letting yourself relish in a deeper strength, letting it shine. The strength of being exactly who you are in this moment. That's the healing of Tiger's Eye. The strength of unity. The strength of community. The strength of bringing together the layers. And letting them shine as one. It's an energy of healing those broken relationships and connections, maybe just within, but also with others. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for tapping your screen. We're almost at 50K likes. Appreciate that. And just observing how that tiger's eye moves through. Allowing sensation and imagining the healing of broken things just by sitting, not pushing, by allowing and being who you are without all that armor. Imagine the healing of broken things. allowing that energy to arrive. Let me know in the chat how that tiger's eye felt for you. And thank you so much for your request, Roxy. Sarah, I wanted to thank you for becoming a super fan and also for reminding me. So every month, on the first of the month, I'm holding a super fan only. It used to be a subscribers only, but now it's called super fans. A super fan only Reiki healing circle. Our next one is on October 1st. That's coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. If you'd like to join us for the Reiki circle, it will be broadcast publicly so everybody can take a look, come in and see what we're doing. But only super fans can make requests, and the requests will be for free. All you have to do is become a super fan and you can join. Let me know if you have any questions at the end of the live stream. I'm happy to hang out, and that's amazing, Roxy. I love that. Imagery is so important. Good. Oh, Roxy, I'm sorry to hear about that. That's hard. And just holding space here together, all of us, for everyone who's going through life. Thank you again for your request. Coming up next, we have a request for La Luz, courtesy of our friend Busy, and then a request from Angie. If you'd like to make a request during the live stream, you can always let me say that again. You can always gift the pinned gift for the session. Today it's Hey Rosie, or Hi Rosie. I'm not sure. All right. La Luz has a request for fertility. Give me just a moment to get that started. All right. Give me just a moment to get a crystal and we'll get started. research there because there are quite a few crystals that are good for fertility, but I wanted to make sure that I was choosing the right one and I couldn't remember. Give me just a sec. Okay. So this is the one. This is citrine. And citrine is actually not a usual crystal that one might think of when they think of fertility. I thought of red jasper, carnelian, I thought of garnet. All of those were moving through my mind, but this is the one I wanted and I couldn't remember its secondary and tertiary functions. Anyway, we got it. So citrine is not immediately a crystal you would think of when it comes to fertility and reproduction. But I wanted to engage it because it is related to fertility. It's related to an energetic cleanse. And that's one of the primary reasons I wanted to use it here. Citrine is an energy that's going to move through the chakra system, and it's going to bathe the energy centers in a bright illumination. Bringing an uplifting and effervescent energy that winds through the body, circling through each energy center. As we focus down on the root and the sacral chakras, illuminating the pelvic bowl, the reproductive organs, with golden, crisp light. When so much energy has been focused on that reproductive system, fatigue and doubt, heaviness can set in. This citrine seeks to lighten and illuminate, to brighten with its positive radiance each nook and cranny of the reproductive system and experience. Citrine is also a clearing and clarifying energy. It wants to purify and move through any impurities or blockages that are ready to move and change, making way for new energy and a new spirit. A spirit of joy, a spirit of lightness, as it bathes the pelvis in golden sweetness. Ushering in new life, hope, optimism, and positivity. Our reproductive organs can take such a, well, I want to say such a beating, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It can be such a journey for our reproductive spirit through our lives. That energy can go through a lot. This citrine is a balm of honey, dripping through the pelvis, moving through the reproductive organs and system, coloring it with its golden light, brightening that space that can become so dark and mucky, shadowy, heavy. Bringing the light again, infusing the pelvic bowl with light. Jeanette, I'm so glad. Thanks for being here. Allowing this radiant, honeyed light to bring a renewed sense of hope and joy and lightness to your body, to your mind, and to your heart. Opening space. Opening space. It's okay, doggy. Just allowing sensation, it's all right. Breathing deeply into the low belly. I feel a movement there in that energy. That's so good. Good. Letting that energy arrive. Letting it move and synthesize. Drizzy, thank you for sharing your gift with La Luz. I hope that was supportive for you. Good. Just allowing a sensation in the body is all right. It's just a movement of energy. As energy moves through and changes, let it come and go. Thank you so much for your request for fertility, and I hope it supports you. You're welcome. We have one more request. Oh, we just reached 50K likes. Thank you so much. If you are a fan of this channel, please go ahead and put some fan club emojis in the chat just to celebrate reaching 50K likes. Thank you so much. Go ahead and put our fan club emojis in the chat to celebrate. Yes, I love to see that. Perfect. Thank you so much for your support. It feels so good. We have one request left for the session, and it's from Angie. If you'd like to make a request, we probably will have time for one more. So if you'd like to make a request before the session ends, you can gift the pinned gift for today, which is Hey Rosie. Otherwise, we may have time for a non-gifted request. I'm not sure though, so. All right. Oh yes, Lola, thanks for reminding me. If you would like to become a super fan, it used to be called subscription, but TikTok got rid of subscriptions this month. Now, super fans, they all cost $9.99 a month, which is quite steep. Whereas it used to be $2.99, so that's a big change. But if you would like to become a super fan, every month on the first of the month, I hold a Reiki energy healing circle. Our next one is October 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TikTok. So if you'd like to become a super fan, you're able to make your requests for free during the Reiki circle. I hope to see you then. Let me know if you have any questions about it. At the end of the session, I'm happy to answer those. All right. Let's get into our last request for the session so far. It's from Angie, and she's looking for an intuitive healing. Susan, thank you for the bears. Give me just a moment to sit with that, and we'll see what comes to mind. Okay. One came to mind right away. Just grab, it's a crystal energy. Let me just grab it, hold on. Okay. I'd like to use this crystal. This is chalcedony. Hello. Chalcedony begins with a CH. It's a bit of a strangely spelled crystal. Taking a moment here just to allow this crystal to arrive. Noticing any sensations as it moves through. Chalcedony is a crystal of stability, bringing that sacred feeling of equilibrium and stability, especially in times of emotional upheaval. Really, Angie? That's interesting. What do you think that means? I'm curious. Chalcedony is an energy of stabilizing the emotional energy body, also stabilizing the intellectual energy body, especially those two, bringing the energies of the heart and the energies of the mind into balance and equilibrium. Oh, that makes sense, Angie. Pam, what would you say are the primary symptoms of Meniere's disease? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know what that is. What would you say are the primary symptoms of that? Chalcedony is also an energy of harmony. When the heart or the mind feel out of balance, out of sync, not with each other, within themselves, so the heart or the mind are feeling imbalanced or out of sync within themselves. Chalcedony is an energy that seeks to help them come back to center. Imagine feeling held in a space of balance and equanimity. What does that feel like? To have balance in the heart. It's not apathy or numbness, right? But it's feeling equally from all parts of the heart. Feeling fully and balanced in each chamber. The front, the back, the sides, the upper and the lower heart. Right? Balance doesn't mean without feeling. It means feeling equally throughout the whole heart, bringing a sense of wellness, bringing a sense of ease. I felt a shift there. Equanimity of the heart space means that no emotion is trumping or fighting over the other. All emotion has the freedom and the ease of expression. All emotion flows gingerly with the current. That's balance of the heart. Good. Exactly. If it's the mind space in need of balance, the same thing happens. The currents of the mind allowing the free flow from all areas of the mind. So if your mind is imbalanced, maybe you are, what's the word I'm looking for? You're dwelling on one thought or one sensation of the mind. That's imbalance of the mind. Chalcedony brings a balance to the mind space by allowing the free and open flow. Every thought, every sensation of the mind aligned and moving together, causing a peaceful harmony. Chalcedony is like a breath that you take into the heart or into the mind. And in that breath, the energy aligns instantaneously, coming right into focus, centered and well. And only after that breath do you take action. Chalcedony is a breath of equilibrium, supporting you in the actions that you take when working from the heart or the mind. Feeling that pull toward equilibrium and balance, and allowing the push and pull of energy, balanced and well. When I think of what it means to be happy, or what it means to be well, I've decided for now that what it means to me is balance. Balance is the core of wellness and happiness for me. So this energy encourages that sensation of wellness, of happiness. Just observing the way that chalcedony moves through, allowing it to arrive Thank you so much for your request, Angie, for an intuitive healing. I hope that it resonated with you. Welcome to the new followers. Thank you for following. We have about 5 minutes left. Give me just a moment. I wanted to look into that request earlier. I'm just going to scroll back and see what it was. We do have a couple minutes, so ear issues, yeah. Let me see here who that was. We have a couple minutes and I want to explore that request a little bit. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Pam. Pam, are you still here in the chat? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me see what I can find. Let me see, and we'll end the session with a little bit of attention for the ears. Give me just a moment. Pam, is vertigo something that's related to this for you? I'm just wondering because I'm looking through my notes here trying to figure out what would be a good approach for this. So I've never worked with ears that way before. Yes, it is. Okay, hold on. All right. Just look. I'm doing a search in my notes on crystals. I have many pages of notes, and using the find function helps me to find keywords. So let me read. So surprisingly on here, I have a relationship between malachite and vertigo, although it isn't really related to much more about the ears. Anyway, let's give it a try. Let's see how it shows up, and let's see what it brings. Give me a minute. Oh yes, hematite is actually really good for grounding. Absolutely. One of the best. Absolutely. We could try hematite too. I don't know where my hematite is. We only have a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and try the malachite. See what it does. Malachite is an interesting crystal because you would think that it was a heart crystal because it's green. And it does resonate with the heart in some ways, for sure. But it really is a crystal energy of transitions and change, which I guess does relate to vertigo in some ways, doesn't it? Because if you are struggling to maintain equilibrium and a sense of place in time and space, sort of losing your bearings there. That is related in some ways, I think, to this idea of change and shifting. Let's see, let's just experiment with this malachite, inviting the energy to move into the ear space, into the head space, with its energy of change and transitioning. Moving from ear to ear, allowing that sensation of change without fear. As we embrace change and transition, we find a grounding place to dwell. A grounding place that we can always orient to. Moving the energy from ear to ear, nudging the energy into equilibrium and balance, combined with a grounding, strong sense of place. Even in all this movement, there's a grounding and strong sense of place. Just curious of how that malachite feels. Just staying curious, observing, allowing. Reiki is always for the highest good. Thanks for being a good sport. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me today. For today's Reiki by request, I want to welcome all of the new followers. Thank you for following. Thank you so much for your generous gifts today and for 59K likes. Appreciate it. Also, for the super fans, our next Reiki Energy Healing Circle will be October 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll see you then. Looking forward to that. Let me see here. Oh yes, and thank you very much for all of your comments in the chat. Thanks for sharing your experience with Reiki today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I think the next live stream is our Reiki circle. It will be public, so I'll see you then. Also, I have a second account called Evening Springtime ASMR, and I stream traditional ASMR on Tuesdays and Thursdays there. If you'd like to learn more about my Reiki, you can click on my profile picture, and I have all my links there with links to all of my social media and also all of my Reiki distance offerings if you're interested. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.